Hello and welcome to our live today. So we do these lives monthly where we do a project from our past camp. So this one is from Sublimation plus DTF Camp. And we are going to use UV DTF wraps and put them on a glass can for you. So if you've ever wanted to use UV DTF, this is definitely the place to be. And there is a full video within Sublimation Camp that you can reference for this. It's by Heidi. Heidi couldn't be here with us today, but Heidi from Happiness is Homemade. And she goes through the whole process of ordering DTF prints and making a gang sheet. And so we are going to reference that video throughout this. However, I already have scrolling across the bottom. If you don't have the Sublimation Camp All Access Pass, we have a coupon code for you. There's a QR code in the corner. There's a link in the description below the video. It's at sublimationcamp.com. So you can grab your All Access Pass if you want to see this video plus so much more.
You're very good. Why am I even here? I'm leaving. Just kidding. Super happy to be here today. Somebody asked if this video will be available later. Yes, this is recording on both my channel and Angie's channel. So whoever's channel you're watching from, you can just go ahead and find it underneath the live tab on our channels.
Yep, and this is super casual. So if you have questions like while we're crafting, just drop them in the live chat and we'll just veer off and we'll go through questions like super casual, just crafting along. And if you have like a UV DTF print and a glass can, feel free to run, get them, and craft along with us as well.
So what is your image?
So I have several. I think I'm going to use this little ghost guy today in the live video. Mine are all from Creative Fabrica. I have this cute ghost plant guy. Like Creative Fabrica has the ghost guys. I mean, like I couldn't stop.
Angela loves a ghost. Oh my God, so
and this was right before Halloween. I couldn't stop.
This is very true. This is very true. I ordered new prints, and guess what? They're going to be here at 3:45 p.m. today, and it's 1:02. So we are going.
We're going to wing it.
Yeah, we're going with prints I already had on hand. The ones I ordered are super cute. I got them off Etsy. They are really cute. I ordered them from Jiffy Shirts. They do UV DTF transfers. They also do DTF transfers. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my images really fast. So I'm going to be using this half teacher, half coffee. This is like, you can actually get this one for free if you go to my YouTube channel. I have a whole video on how to do UV DTF on a glass can. And this is the image that I use and you can get it for free. So this is the one I'm going to use today. And I'm going to talk about a few tips and tricks for actually making this so that it applies really cleanly without any air bubbles. This is the one that I've tried to do a bunch of times because it's so cute, guys. Oh my gosh, I can't handle it. However, I've only failed with it. And that is because I can't, no matter what I do, get this little shelf to line up when it wraps around the can. It ends up like this, like this. And it's not so far off. I mean, it's like far enough off that it's not cute. So I have tried this one several times. You can actually see this in my how to remove a UV DTF transfer from a glass can video. That is on my YouTube channel as well. And so really disappointed that I have not been able to get this to work. So I'm going to go with something that's just a little bit more forgiving today.
So if you don't know what UV DTF is, both of us have videos, by the way, on what UV DTF is, but if you have not seen those, so UV DTF is sort of like you're ordering really professional, high quality stickers is how I like to term it to people.
The stickiest stickers you've ever sticked.
Yes. Very sticky, super strong adhesive, amazing. And I order them and Corey orders them. I ordered these from Pro World. Corey ordered from Jiffy Shirts. There are a variety of companies where you can order UV DTF prints because a UV DTF printer is really expensive. So if we can order prints and make this craft a little less expensive, we're going to do that. So UV DTF is a printer. It prints directly on film. So it's going to print directly on this film, this white backing film. It's going to cure with a UV light. And then it applies, most printers do this within the printer. It applies a clear laminate over the top. Probably not going to be able to see that. But there's a clear laminate over the top. And that's where we're going to use this kind of a transfer sheet. And I saw someone ask about making your own stickers for glass cans. And you could do that potentially. Like you could make waterproof stickers. I've done that before. However, they are not going to have the super stickiness that these have. and they're not going to be as professional. And with UV DTF, you can print white. So you can see that I can get that really cool white ghost, which is another reason I chose ghost for this one, for the white. So you can actually get the white on these as well.
Yeah, so Angie and I both have on our channels waterproof stickers, how to make waterproof stickers. However, it's not going to be anywhere as sticky as the stickiness that you shall experience in today's class. It is so sticky. I think that's one of the things you have to be aware of when it comes to UV DTF is like you start getting that thing on wrong and it's done. You need another transfer. You can soak it off, but there's no like laying it down and replacing it. It's permanent.
No, it is not vinyl adhesive. So if you're like, but I've tried vinyl on glass cans before and it just came right off. This is not that. This is not going to come right off. And I was even confident enough, like this design has little bitty bats in it. And I was confident enough to leave those bats in this design because those things are stuck. They are on there.
And another thing is there are some people, I don't know, some people say you can put them in the dishwasher. I still think it's hand wash only. And that's because I've now done a video on how to remove them. And if you soak them long enough, they'll come off. So if they're soaking long enough in a dishwasher or you use it on a high heat sanitized cycle, they can come off, but they are not going to come off with hand washing and just everyday use. They're very sticky.
And DTF, Melissa, it literally stands for direct to film. So we are printing directly on a film. And UV DTF is this version, which is the sticky sticker version of DTF. Now, if you order regular DTF prints, those are more for shirts. So we're going to talk about UV DTF today.
Right. Yeah, we understand that DTF might be a problematic acronym in some circles. However, that's what it is. So hold on just a second. I'm getting chatted. Let's close
You're
that.
fine. And Corey is the one that has the video on removing UV DTF, and it's on Corey's YouTube channel. So I do not have a video, but Corey does. So
it's pretty easy. And it takes some elbow grease, but you can save your whatever your glass can for sure.
All right. So supplies, very few.
So nice.
I ordered these in a gang sheet and I've already cut them apart. So a gang sheet is basically a collage of them. The only thing I was going to say about resizing these. So I measured this glass can when I ordered these. I ordered all of them to this glass can size. Today I was like, let me see what glass cans I have. Maybe I'll do a variety. And I realized that glass cans come in a lot of different sizes.
I have the same problem, right? Literally standing right here.
So I would say to be sure to measure exactly the surface that you are going to put this on before you order. That would be my advice for that.
I learned that lesson. This will still work on this particular size. However, it is definitely something you'll want to be aware of. And then you're also going to
otherwise supplies. Yeah, supplies I like scraper, but I like the felt covered one. Yep. I'm going to use the hinge method. So some kind of tape, masking tape, washi tape. Doesn't matter.
I also have washi tape. And then I'm going to actually cut my transfer apart. And that is because it's much easier to put pieces together than it is to get this whole thing to go around evenly. And because of the nature of this particular design, I can cut it apart a little bit and place my sections individually. And that will mean that I have less chance of bubbles.
And then cleaning it. So lint-free cloth, make sure that the surface is clean and dry. And that's all the supplies I have sitting around here. Oh, I did get out my cup cradle. I do like to have something to put it on to hold it still.
Do I get up and get my cup cradle? I think I will. BRB.
So any type of thing to hold it still. And I've used a variety of things. Like this is a PYD Life actual cup cradle. But I've used just like a couple of things taped down to my work surface. If you have like a Cricut Maker or Maker 3 or Explore 3 and have that roll holder that goes with them, a lot of the cups fit right down in there. Corey has a different version. Like there are so many versions.
Your version as well, but I actually really like this one. This one's from Uniquely Why Not, and it has these little rubber bumpers that keep your can from sliding around, and it has a ruler that my boys steal when they need to ruler things. So I'm actually really shocked that it's in its current spot.
Just anything to keep it from rolling around.
Basic. And Angie has the overhead camera for hers. I don't, because we just don't have that set up. So I'm going to sort of show you as I go along what I'm doing.
And I'll go ahead. I'll turn that on. And I can make, let's see, make that one big.
Very nice.
How about that? And we can still see you in the corner.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
I'm going to cut my transfer into, I think, 3 pieces because I think it'll be easier.
And I am literally just cleaning this guy off. And then I'm going to use the hinge method. So I'm going to leave this on the backing paper first. But my next tip for you is to make sure, I mean, you measured it, you ordered it. Let's make sure that it is going to work. So this one is. Because like I said, every glass can is apparently a different size.
I have like a stack of them in my closet over there, and they really are. There's just like a huge variety of sizes.
I got them all out today, and I was like, well, that's a problem.
I've got mine in 3 pieces now. They kind of go together like a puzzle, so I'll be able to put them together exactly where they go, but I'm going to start with my centerpiece.
And I am going to, before I start, I'm going to kind of squeegee it from the front and the back, just to make sure that laminate is on there.
I've already did this at one point.
Yeah, I don't feel like some places you order them, I don't feel like it's necessary, but I just always double check and make sure.
You know what? I actually said that I ordered these from Jiffy Transfers, but these are actually from Ninja Transfers. The ones that I'm getting after this live is over are from Jiffy. I'm sort of going to do the hinge method. We'll see. Put my first piece on here.
My tape stuck to something else. All right, so I'm going to go like over here. Tape this down. And I'm going to tape it down on the other side as well. Just making sure it's lined up. And I'm using this blue can on purpose. I hope this looks okay on this because all of my colored ones were a different size as well.
So you can see I'm doing basically the same thing Angie's doing here, where I have my tape sort of down the center of my image.
And then I'm going to peel back. So this is, if you've ever applied adhesive vinyl, going to be similar. So there's a clear laminate type of thing that comes on the top, and I need my fingernails to get under it.
Yeah, it can be a little tricky. Then are you going to trim with your scissors?
Yep, I'm going to peel back, I don't know, 1 inch, 2 inches, something like that.
I trimmed
just
off
a little bit. And then I'm going to trim away this backing.
Yep.
And I like to use my squeegee, go from here, lay it down. Like the main thing is don't get any bubbles is what I'm going to say. So I'm just going to make sure that this piece is down really, really well. And then I can remove this tape.
The same.
And then I like to roll this all the way around and get it adjusted. I'm going to start removing. I have the squeegee up underneath here, and I'm going to be removing this backing and pushing the squeegee from underneath.
Yep.
And every once in a while, I flip it down and like rub over the front just to make sure it's working. And literally that's it.
I'm getting my first piece on here. All right, so I've got my first piece. I'm going to do the exact same thing with my other 2 pieces, but you can see here that I have my first piece on my can. The other 2 pieces will line up because I have them sized to line up.
And then I'm almost to the end. And we're going to just keep pushing until it comes off the end. The only thing I would say is if you had like one that really met here in the center, just make sure it doesn't go over the transfer tape of, you know, where it meets.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to go back and just make sure everything is burnished down really well. And then you just need to peel this back, just like transfer tape.
Wait for me, wait for me.
See if I can get under it. Again, you just need fingernails. And I don't know if I've ever started to peel this back and this not be stuck, but just make sure it's stuck.
I've had a
super sticky adhesive.
I've had more than one occasion where my transfer has
and because this is so sticky, I feel like this is a little harder to remove than transfer tape as a general rule.
Absolutely. I have had parts where my transfer has ripped. The nice thing is you can actually just put it right back down and press over it, and you'll never know.
Get to the end.
Andy, can you hear me?
Sorry, what'd you say, Corey?
That's okay. I couldn't tell if you could hear me or not. I was going to say I have had occasions where my transfer has actually ripped. And you can actually just place it right back down and burnish it again and peel it back up, and you will not be able to tell the difference. Oh my goodness. I'm having a hard time getting my tape off of this. There we go.
I feel like you're frozen.
Oh no. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
And then I sometimes go over the larger areas a second time. Those small areas are fine, but just to make sure there aren't any bubbles. And like literally that's it. This guy is done. Uh-oh. And Corey left me. Oh no, there she is. Okay.
Hi, it's me.
I got you back on there. I was like, Anna, you dropped off.
Well, I find out because I was like, I don't think anybody can hear me.
I couldn't hear you. You were really breaking up. So I was like,
great. I still haven't gotten all of my stickers on yet. I was saying in mine, I probably said this 3 times now, that I have had my sticker rip while putting it on, or while pulling the transfer tape off, but it's actually kind of forgiving. You can basically put it back down, burnish it again, and pull it back up, and it'll work. I've done a lot of UV DTF for my craft fair stuff. I did keychains and bookmarks and tumblers, and so I've gotten pretty good at fixing the errors.
So that is literally it. Yes, I would probably wait 24 hours or so before. I would actually wait 72 is generally my rule for anything adhesive before you clean it. But otherwise it's on there. It's good. And I use this blue one on purpose so you could tell that this is truly a white and you can't see that blue through it. So I wanted to use the blue with the white ghost, just so you could tell that you get a very true white, even on a surface that might have a color.
All right, I'm still applying my transfer because I had to do it in 3 pieces. Now you all have to just sit here with me. So I don't know if you guys can see this. I applied this in 3 places, so you can kind of see where well, maybe you can't. I kind of cut up here. Where is it? Like here.
I can kind of tell.
But because of that, I was able to line the back of this up really well without it, really becoming off. So now I'm going to peel it back. But the reason I actually switched transfer makers is because I was really having a lot of peeling problems with my with Ninja transfers. So I was like, let's try somebody else.
Good to know.
Yeah.
And so other surfaces you could put this on. So I would put it on hard surfaces only. Hopefully you could tell that this laminate transfer tape stuff is very, very sticky. So, like someone asked about, is it a good for notebooks? You might tear the notebook. So I
Yeah.
would say it would need to be like some kind of hard surface because this is so, so sticky. So think stickier, maybe even stickier than strong grip transfer tape, like sticky.
It's stickier than strong grip. I would say non-porous surfaces.
Yes, very, very sticky. Now, for someone asked about notebooks specifically, I have used regular DTF on a notebook and use heat, and it applied fine. So that, yeah, for porous surfaces, you might try regular DTF applying with heat. Non-porous, I would try the UV DTF. Very sticky transfer tape.
I've found sometimes it jumps. So like you'll go and it'll pull, and that's when you're most likely to rip. I was thinking before we get off here, I just have over off camera here, I have some of the other things I've made with UV DTF that I can grab so I can show people some other options.
And yeah, someone said a line of painter's tape around the bottom to help keep it straight. That might work. It's just like, I think peeling it back and you just get it very slightly off. In Courtney's example with the shelf going all the right way around, you just get it very slightly off as you're going around.
I mean, I have it taped and everything, and then I get to the other side and I'm a good, quarter inch off, and I'm like, seriously? Yeah. You just get one piece of it going the wrong direction.
And then someone asked if we like UV DTF or sublimation better on something like this.
Ooh. I like both. I really like both, but I like the ability to use white with UV DTF, which you can't do with sublimation. But I love that you can't feel sublimation on the blank, which you can feel this on the surface. It's very thin, but you can feel it. So it does have a feel. Yeah. Okay, I finally finished my project.
Did it. So I do not like sublimation on anything clear or frosted.
Yeah, I don't love sublimation.
Because you can see through the sublimation. It has to be a very specific design. So clear or frosted, I would say definitely the UV DTF. On something like a 20-ounce tumbler that's already white, I would probably just use sublimation. Yeah, but on like this glass, I really like this. And it is off the surface, but I feel like it is a very thin sticker. And they're very like bright and glossy looking, and it just gives a very different look than sublimation. Sublimation on the same surface, you could see through it because it's translucent, and it just doesn't look as bright and vibrant.
Okay, let me go grab my keychains and stuff.
And yes, definitely great for business branding merch. I love that. Naomi, that was Naomi. Thank you, Naomi. UV DTF on glass blocks. That's a great idea.
So these are bookmarks that are they're like clear acrylic, thin clear acrylic. So this says Antisocial Book Club, which Angie and I are both a part of. And so this was an easy one. And then I've got keychains, and you can see I've got the dark and the light here. And that worked really well on these keychains as well. So I feel like you could easily do this with vinyl, but this is not coming off, whereas vinyl will come off after a while. Sorry, I'm choking.
So someone asked about specifically the glass cans, like basically, are they for cold drinks or hot? And I mean, I would probably put something cold in this. But yes, you could use UV DTF on some kind of mug or something else that would contain something hot. It can be used on that as well.
This is going to be interesting. So I've got 2 craft fairs coming up this weekend, and I can actually test the theory because I'm going to have glass cans and mugs. And I didn't sell a lot of mugs at my summer craft fair because who is drinking coffee or tea or hot chocolate or whatever when it's, very warm outside? And I feel like these aren't going to sell quite as well this time of year, although they're still really trendy. So, this is a gift for your trendy little niece or, whoever. And so I'm kind of focusing on things that would make decent stocking stuffers. So maybe we'll see.
And then Tammy asked about them being dishwasher safe. So we're going to say no, only because people tend to use a high heat cycle. Over time, it is going to definitely, they're just not going to last as long. I'll put it that way. So I would just like hand wash them only. That would be my opinion. I feel like it would last longest. And if you're selling them, definitely people would be, better pleased with your product if you put that kind of instructions on them. But I will say, like, they really work great on keychains, and like UV DTF works great on keychains and stuff you're going to handle a lot. It still works great for that.
Yeah. And I mean, I'll be giving I'll put washing instructions inside my glass cans. I have them inside my tumblers. Just anything that people might get wet. I feel like it's probably important to give some sort of instructions. Mine is actually somebody asked if these are just glass cans. This is a sublimation blank. It's just what I have
so this one was just a glass can. I think it's from like the Dollar Tree or something. And this was actually a sublimation blank. So either way, I was using what I had to make this budget friendly.
I was trying to make it budget friendly, and then I ordered new designs and I didn't get them in time. But I'm really excited about them. They're all book themed, of course, for my shop. So
all right. So like last minute questions for those that are joining us live, or if you're watching the replay, feel free to ask questions as well. And that is an amazing. So someone said, use them for LED tea lights.
It'd be super cute.
So that would be super cute.
All right, guys. You guys have more questions?
Yeah, and if you want more of this, Sublimation plus DTF Camp was all about sublimation, DTF, UV DTF, and you can still get your all access pass if you don't have one. So the coupon code this time is GetCrafty6, and it's good through November 5th. It gets you $20 off, and you get that at sublimationcamp.com. There's a link in the description below the video. That QR code gets you a link, and you can see everything you get. There is a class in there on applying these to glass cans from Heidi with Happiness is Homemade. And she goes through how to order a gang sheet. So how to put a gang sheet together, templates for that, how to send it off, upload it, all those good things. So everything we did before we went live today.
Yeah. So I feel like there's some good questions here actually before we go. So somebody said, asked about removing any extra adhesive residue. Honestly, I think it's the quality of the transfer. I have now ordered from a couple different places, and I'm like okay with Ninja transfers. I think they're okay. I do feel like they get a little adhesive-y around the edge, and I don't love that. So that's why I'm trying Jiffy transfers. I was actually the most impressed of all that I've seen with the UV DTF printer from Craft Express, which if you want to buy a printer yourself, I mean, that was the cleanest transfer that I have ever seen. We met them at Printing United, and I was so impressed with the quality of their transfers. So you may want to try a different transfer or a different blank, but I do feel like they can get a little adhesive-y around the edges. Yeah,
I was just double checking. So I got these from Pro World, and I don't see anything around the edges. So that might be another good place to purchase. But I agree. I think it depends on where you're buying them and what printer they're using. So yeah, you might just try a different place.
I feel like Ninja Transfers is okay, but it just gets a little stringy in places. And I'm like, let's try somebody else.
And someone asked about sublimation glass cans. Like if you were going to sublimate them, do you need a mug press or oven? So first of all, the process we use today for UV DTF, you don't do anything. You don't heat it at all. It's done. If you wanted to sublimate them, I don't put glass in my Cricut mug press because some people have had issues with glass messing those up. But I will put that in my tumbler press, that PYD Life one. I think I've used my HTB Ront one before with glass, so I have used it with glass for other brands of tumbler and mug presses.
Yeah, and you can do it in an oven as well with shrink wrap or a silicone sleeve, but Angie and I don't like those, so we don't recommend them. Yeah, somebody said you could put these on wine bottles. How fun would that be?
Oh, that'd be so
peel
cute.
Peel off the label and then put it on a wine bottle. Very cute.
That is a good holiday gift idea. That I love it.
Wine and a cute bottle. Love it.
And then someone asked about, and for regular DTF, then you would need a heat or iron, heat press, that type of thing. For regular DTF, these UV DTF are just stickers.
Yeah, and we both have quite a few videos on regular DTF on our channels. I think we even did one of these for regular DTF.
We did. It was the first one we did.
Yeah. So UV DTF and DTF, despite having very similar names, are very, very different products. UV DTF, think vinyl. DTF, think HTV. They're different in other ways, but you're going to be the things you would use HTV on, you're going to use DTF. The things you would use vinyl on, you're going to use UV DTF generally. All right, friends.
I think that's it. I don't see any more questions. So thank you all so much. If you joined us today and watched us live, or if you're watching the replay, thank you for watching the replay. And I have 2 ghost cups at this point, and I am extremely happy.
And I have 2 half teacher, half coffee cups, even though I'm not a teacher. So these are going to be gifts for the boys, teachers this year.
Yeah, so think about this. I feel like these would make great gifts this holiday season. Like there was ideas, think of ideas using UV DTF. Such an easy process. And think about if you're busy this holiday season, just order some UV DTF prints and put them on all the things.
Yeah, it's a very easy process and very quick and requires very little outlay as far as dollars.
And one last question from Tammy. She said, I've seen some videos where people heat the UV DTF sticker after it is applied. Is it necessary to do so? No.
I've never seen instructions from a
No.
seller to do that. So
No.
maybe it makes it even better, but I don't think I think it would break down the adhesive more than anything, because to get that DTF transfer off, you heat it up. So I would not heat it.
Yeah, I would not heat it. I have seen people heat up regular vinyl to get it to stick a little better. And I do think that's applicable for adhesive vinyl, but these stickers, UV DTF stickers specifically, I would say no heating at all.
They're really sticky, guys.
I mean, I can't explain to you. I messed up applying one, and I was just really quick. I just barely touched it down, just started to touch, and I was pulled it up, and it ripped.
You're done.
You can't pull it back up.
Yeah, it's really sticky. And somebody asked if you could use UV DTF on a sublimation slate. Absolutely. That'd be cute.
Yep.
But I wouldn't use it on a regular slate, just a slate, because it's porous. The sublimation coating makes it not porous.
Yeah, I agree. All right. So thank you for crafting with me today, Corey.
Yeah, thank you for crafting with me today, Angie. It was very fun.
It was fun.
Right,
and so join us here every month, last Tuesday of the month. We just craft and chat, and you can ask questions. So
we like joining with you and having a chance to craft with each other, because we do a lot together, but a lot of that's just hey, did you make this thing in Canva? Or hey, did you upload this to Teachable? And it's nice to actually do a craft together.
Yeah. Now we can have an excuse to make ghost things.
I'm gonna make those things later when they come.
Don't think I'm not looking for Christmas ghosts. Just don't think I'm not.
They're everywhere. And if you guys are looking for more trends, I do have an Etsy trends video of things that are trending this holiday season. Number 1 on that list is ghosts. So
ghosts are everywhere.
They're everywhere. They're going to be hot for Christmas. So if you have a small business and you can somehow incorporate ghosts in there, I highly recommend it.
All right. So thank y'all for joining us. We'll see you next month.
Later.